Welcome to day 2 of Faith Week. This week we are going to be working on increasing your faith. The disciples prayed to Jesus, Master, increase our faith. Today is my goal is to help us to increase our faith and draw us closer to God and become what He's called us to be. Now, we're going to stay in Hebrews chapter 11 today because we can't talk about faith without really digging in to the hall of faith. Now, yesterday we talked about what faith is. Let's dig in a little bit deeper to that faith because we want to know how faith really applies to our life today. In Hebrews chapter 11 verse 5, starting out in 5, he's talking about Enoch, and he said how Enoch had been translated because he had this testimony that he pleased God. Man, I would love to have the testimony that I have pleased God. When we enter into His kingdom, He says, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Come on in. How do I become a kind of person who please God? Well, in the next verse, in verse 6, He said, but without faith, it is impossible to please God. So if my lack of faith makes it an impossibility for me to please God, I really want to know what is faith. So, but without faith it is impossible to please Him, for he that cometh to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. Okay, so what do we need to know? We need to know that without faith we can't please God. That's number one. Number two, we know that it is impossible to please Him. If we don't come to Him in complete faith, we must believe that He is. That's the key one. Let's hold on to that. And that He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. So 3 things we want to dig into today. First, let's really tear into this believing of who God is. We must believe that He is. That He is what? That He is God? Okay, we got that. Everybody believes God is God. We take that as a claim. But it's really more than that. It's more than believing that God is God. We want to believe that He is. Is what? He is everything He said He was. He is faithful. He is not a liar. There is no lie in Him. He is omnipresent. He is present everywhere. We got to believe every aspect of the Word of God and believe it all to be true. In other words, if we don't do that, then we don't really have faith. And if we don't have faith, then it's impossible to please God. And the last part of that verse says that if we don't believe that He is, then how can we believe that He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him? And so it is impossible for us to really receive the answers to our prayers, and it's impossible to please God without faith. So if I can't please God without my faith, then I obviously can't believe that He is, because that's what really my lack of faith is my lack of belief in who He is. So many people are looking for a healing when they should be looking for a healer. So many people are looking for deliverance when they should be looking for the deliverer. So many people are looking for redemption for their sins and forgiveness of their sins when they should be looking for a redeemer. Oh man, think about that. We are looking for the wrong things. The object of our faith is misplaced. We've pushed it off and we've put it in the wrong place, the wrong perspective. We're not looking for God. We're looking for His attributes. Doesn't that ring a bell sometimes in our prayer? We wonder why we're not getting what we need. We're saying, well, I believe God. I'm believing God for a healing. I believe in God for a healing. How about we just believe in and trust in God because He's a healer? The object of our faith gets transposed, and here we are doing the crazy stuff, not doing what God's really asked us to do. He's asked us to just believe in Him, to trust in Him, not to trust in His stuff. My gosh, if you're a parent out there and you've got kids who are just coming around for your stuff, you get to knowing it after a while, and after a while it's like, okay, you're coming home, I know you're expecting something, and you get burned. What about God? What about Him? When He sees us, you think He gets a little burned sometimes? Like, oh, yeah, here they are. They just want my stuff. Stop seeking His hands. Start seeking His heart. Man, when you stop seeking God's hands and start seeking His heart, you will see a change, a radical change in the way you go after God and the way you do things and the way that you pray. And just maybe you'll start seeing more of your prayers answered because it's all about the heart. God bless you. Have a good day. Come back tomorrow. We're going to be digging in more and more on this faith subject. You may just find out that faith isn't exactly what you thought it was. God bless you. Click share. Send this off to some of your friends so that maybe they can get a touch of faith so that they too can please God. God bless you. Have a good day.